What did Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, tell people is his Sirata Mustaqeem, his straight path? You know, the path that we all pray to be guided on when we recite Surah Fatiha and we say, Ihdina Sirata Mustaqeem, guide us on the straight path. What did Prophet Muhammad tell people is that straight path? This should be an easy question for every Muslim, but unfortunately, a lot of times people either overlook these verses in the Quran or simply have not had the chance to read the Quran. Either way, I'm going to let you know. In the 6th chapter of the Quran, verses 151 to 153, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is quoted as saying what Sirat al-Mustaqeem is. And we know he said this because these verses start with the command, Kul, which is a command from God for him to say this. So you can rest assured that he stood up in front of his people and he said exactly this. And he said, come, let me tell you what your Lord has made haram for you, what your Lord has made forbidden for you, that you should associate anything with him. And then he tells them, and do good to your parents, and do not kill your children out of fear of poverty. We provide for you and for them. And do not approach fawahisha, which is indecencies. And if you read the Quran, like zina or fornication is fawahisha, homosexuality is fawahisha, things like that. And he says, do not even approach fawahisha, those of them which are concealed and those of them which are apparent, which are out in the open. And do not kill a soul that God has made forbidden except for the requirements of justice. These are his commandments to you that you may understand. And do not approach the property of an orphan except in the most righteous manner until they reach maturity. And give full weight and measure with justice, meaning don't be of the mutaffifin, people who cheat in business. We do not impose a soul a burden except to the extent of its ability. And when you speak, be just, even if it's against your own family, right? So always tell the truth and fulfill your deal with God. These are his commandments to you that you may be mindful. So he's telling them this, and he says these things, and he says, I'm telling you this so you understand. I'm telling you this so that you may be mindful, that you may keep this in mind. This is how important this is. And then he finishes by saying, and know that this is my Sirat al-Mustaqeem, that this is my straight path. So follow it, and do not follow any other paths, for they will lead you away from his path. These are his commandments to you, that you may be careful of your duty, that you may be of the muttaqeen. Remember, these verses started with the command, Kul, say this, and he said it. So this is the main component of what we call Sirat al-Mustaqeem. And if you read the Quran, all it does is pretty much expands on these basic rules. This is what is expected from you as a Muslim. This is non-negotiable. You cannot violate these as a Muslim. If you read the Quran, the destroyed cities are all destroyed. Cities like Ad and Thamud and the people of the Pharaoh and the people of Midian are all destroyed because they violated one or two of these precepts, not all of them. And if you read the Quran, you will know that the Sunnah of Allah, the way Allah does things, does not change. So if people before us were destroyed for these sins, that means our societies, when they become like those societies, when we practice these sins all together, or as individuals, destruction means destruction, and we will be destroyed. So ihdina Sirat al-Mustaqeem, guide us on the right path. Help us fulfill these obligations perfectly, if nothing else. And that is a prayer worth saying. Peace be with you.